It seems the 15 million player celebration reward went out to both Global and JP. I only just logged into JP as I woke up this morning, remembering that got to do my dailies, and then I was like, hold on a minute, things have happened, and we're cooking. Very nice. Then it also hit me, obviously with everything that's happening with Global, and you know, they're trying to kind of catch up to JP. The rewards and whatnot are basically the same, so like in a way parts of it is kind of doing what JP is doing in terms of giving the celebration rewards. And one thing which I've stated beforehand is, why isn't Billy making Global the best it can be at the very beginning, right? You want to catch up, right? Why not already implement the quality of life updates at the very beginning, so that way you've got an amazing start to Global. At the end of the day, you want that incentive for Global to be a big hit, and again, this is a prime example of we having the solutions but the developers not listening, which ends to people hating, leaving, and then the game itself just becomes pretty much a dead game, right? And this is this is a bit of a prime example, right? Excluding the quality of life update, right? If they kind of went about, did some nice scheduling for banner releases, you know, drop a character, drop the event, give us ways to get cubes, free multi, then after that give us a little bit of a breathing room if you want to apply some events, some content in between to further give us more breathing room, as well as things that we can grind. This is a prime example. Now, modes or events like these have already been added into the global file, so they are soon to drop, but it just kind of begs the question on, do they even know what they're doing? Are they aware on how to run a game to where there's content, the things to do, and it's respecting their player base? Because at the end of the day, the one way I look at this game is that it's a very chilled game, and if they go about just doing it right, it will have greater success, especially with longevity, right? It will have that long-term longevity for the game itself. And again, I just quickly want to show you guys what I mean by that. So let's say the new mode on Global didn't drop, because realistically you want to drop that at a later time because it requires your characters being done upright and specific mono teams to be at the ready, correct? And if they went about scheduling certain characters and actually giving us a bit of a breathing room, so I don't know, drop a banner, drop a character, do all the free stuff that we usually get whenever new content drops, and then in like 2 weeks time another banner, another character drops, of course, right? Scheduling out, giving us that bit of a breathing room, and then if you want to kind of provide that even more longevity but not providing us with another character, you can then resort to going about using a mode such as like this, where in order for you to actually fight the boss, it requires you to get these resources just by playing the game, right? By you know, when you're farming your leveling up missions or farming resources for your grades, you walk away with these materials, and then you go over here, you do the boss fight, and then obviously with the boss fight comes with a bunch of rewards, right? Tickets, cubes, other materials and resources that you can exchange for skill level up resources, of course. And then from all of that, again, it's given us things to save up with, grind our resources with, get some cubes saved up. It would have been a much better outcome. Now again, coming back to, hey, let's do what JP is doing, they could already implement something like this. Now this is, well, no, JP has done this before, but yeah, this is a nice little thing where it kind of encourages you to do these missions and challenges, and again, more ways to kind of go about getting cubes. And look, I don't think that with them, by the way, yeah, you get like a nice little GSSR, like they don't have to do this often, just here and there during celebration times or during hype times for the game itself, right? They could implement this. Well, they can change up the rewards, but they can keep this somewhat consistent, because again, when it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen PhantomParade, I don't think they should really limit themselves with the amount of cubes that they give, in terms of, I don't know, making it so that, I don't know, 9k cubes is going to be farmable, purely because the game itself with its gacha system is trash, and people have spent 30. I've spent 40k for the what do you call it, green Gojo on my main free play account. Didn't get him. I got two pandas, that's it. So I'm cooked. So if anything, having a consistent way to actually go about providing us with events and cubes, this is perfectly fine, right? So again, they can go about doing that. You want to be like JP, be like JP already. Why are we starting from the very beginning? Just get straight in there, get the game where it's at with the quality of life, start implementing these events, schedule out the characters and the banners evenly, give us some breathing room. Like, it's not hard. The answer is right in front of you. You've already said that your main objective is to catch up to JP. I don't understand how they can't compute with their heads on like going about doing it as it is, as I'm saying it. Okay, so that's what's going on, and then obviously with all of that, rewards are being picked up, and again, I just feel like they should have held back on the Itadori drop, Momo drop, Gojo drop, game mode drop. They should have done the Itadori drop, give us a bit of an event. If they want to drop this as an event, they can do so, because I don't think Itadori himself had a event for his things. But from that, we can get the free multi for Itadori's banner. Then we can obviously get those casual tickets also. That'll be very nice, you know, double up on that. We'll then go about getting our cubes. Because of the movie celebration, they could have actually implemented this type of mode, of course. More ways to farm resources and cubes. Again, if they want to make this somewhat consistent when during hype time of characters releasing, I think that might be the best route to go about it. And then 2 weeks later, hey, Momo gets announced. You know, they could go about releasing her. Bit of an event going on with Kamo, of course, because that's what JP did, I'm pretty sure. Farm our free multi, hit out the banner, get our resources, get our cubes, and then schedule it out so that near the end of the year, New Year's time, we are ending it off and starting the next year with Green Gojo, new game mode. Right? I think that would have been the best bet. I think it annoys me so much of how much better they could have scheduled it out, because it has gone to the point where obviously, as I stated, and I'm sure some of you guys already know, obviously people are quitting global. I know a few pay-to-win players who are actually refunding. That's wild. I know some people have actually jumped ship over to JP. I don't blame you. You know, the best character in the game right now is out and about, aka this beautiful specimen of a red Gojo. I believe next week we will soon find out on what is happening. I guarantee you, if Sukuna gets announced next week, I think a lot of people are jumping ship. I think a lot of people are going to be jumping ship. Hell, if you imagine, you know, starting JP, you've got the domain Gojo, you've got the double hitter Itadori, and then obviously Sukuna gets announced, and that's how you start your account off with. Like, Jesus Christ. That is pretty OP if you ask me. So that's kind of where we're at right now on what the situation is with global. Now again, do I think things are going to change? Do I think Bilibili are going to listen? Probably not. I wholeheartedly do truly believe that with everything that's happening, because the fact that with the reviews, they're even combating that. The developers are doing their fake vibes. I mean, people can deny it all they want. Like, it's out there. If you look at some of the reviews, it's like copy and paste generic BS. Some reviews don't even have nothing to do with the game. It's it's ridiculous. Wow, really? Okay, bro, this game hates me. But yeah, you know, again, upon logging into JP, just kind of seeing what's going on over here, it's just like, you know, you want to be like JP, so why aren't you being like JP? There's no need to play catch up. You can cut corners and get to the good bit and make global such an amazing start off for JJK compared to how, because realistically the way it is right now is that it's basically copying JP to a T, to where at the very beginning JP was down bad. I mean, low-key right now JP isn't exactly the best, but they can quite easily cut corners and give global the best possible start. That would be an absolute luxury, right? The fact that they're not choosing to do that, and the fact that they're making global 10 times more worse than JP with their launch and ongoing, it truly doesn't make sense. The answers are right in front of their faces. Just take shortcuts. That's it. Cut the corner. Stop the build-up. Stop the rushingness. Cut corners. I don't understand. Like, low-key, someone from the JP side of things, of dev teams, needs to contact Bilibili and be like, look, what the hell are you doing? We're going to give you a schedule. Run it. Do this. Make these updates. Make these changes. Yeah. That's kind of where I stand with everything in terms of with what's going on.